Hello YouTube, Damo underscore 23 here. Welcome back to another episode here of Damo Does England, or the EPL Challenge. In today's video, we have the FA Cup final at Wembley. We play Manchester City yet again in another YouTube episode. If you did not check out last episode, I highly recommend you do, because you saw the beautifulness of beating Spurs and the heartbreak of losing in a penalty shootout to Man City in the Champions League semi-final. It's definitely a shootout just worth watching at the end, because there was a lot of drama, and Edison is a pretty damn good keeper when it comes to a penalty by the looks of it. With that being said, our season unfortunately unravelled a little bit after that. We finished fourth. As you can see, we did not win a game in the run home. We lost to Villa 2-1. We obviously got beat by Man City, and Everton we drew, and we needed a late goal against Everton even though we dominated the game. And we lost to United at Old Trafford on the final day. That meant that we slipped from second with 4 games to go to fourth, but we do make it into the Champions League. The board is happy with that. And we were second with 5 games to go, 4 games to go to City. So they even gave us the objective ticked off of trying to challenge for the title. With that being said, the team is as followed here. Apparently, boys need a rest, but when it comes to a Champions League, to an FA Cup final, they will not be rested. If you also don't know, Gabriel Jesus broke his leg in the semi-final of the Champions League. An elite striker that he is going to be missing, and I definitely think we need to go and see what we can do. With this being said, let's get straight into it. You got Ramsdale, Annette, Tomiyasu, Saliba, Diamonde, Zinchenko, Rice and Partey with Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli and Havertz, who is up front. We don't particularly have a backup striker. Havertz does look very good when it comes to playing in the hole or in the middle of the park, and can play up front quite okay as well. Haaland himself has got 42 goals in all competitions, as my Twitch chat has just pointed out. 22 and only 26 in the Prem. 40 games total that he started this season, 42 goals. He's got 14 in the Champions League in 10 starts there, and 6 in the FA Cup as well, in only 4 starts in the FA Cup. Let's go see how we can do against Man City. We know this team so well. We've already played them 4 times this year, 5 times maybe. And let's get straight into it. The last time we met at Wembley, we did win in the Community Shield final. Let's go see what they're lining up as. They're going to have Haaland up front with Foden, Rafinha, De Bruyne, Nunez, Rodri, Ake, Akanji, Stones, Walker, and Stefan instead of Edison in goal, which is great for us, so we don't have to relive that. Our team is on screen as of right now. Give the episode a like. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Part of this challenge is to win the FA Cup, the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League throughout the 40-odd seasons. Hopefully, we can just tick off the FA Cup today and we don't have to worry about it. And away we go. We played pretty well against them over 2 legs. Saka's taken off a bruised ankle. I think you'll be okay out there, Mr. Saka. And let's see what we can do. Trossard will not be on the bench, and we're taking a penalty today for those that watched last episode. But away we go. Highlight first up, and look, we're on the ball with Tomiyasu. I think he's had a pretty damn decent year. Saka picks it up, finds Partey, looks for Odegaard. Good touch, went, and unfortunately, Zach Steffen's made a pretty good save at his near stick. And it is going to still be a 0-0. Nathan Ake with the throw-in. Finds Foden. Declan Rice off the part, so down to 10 men here. He must have got a knock. Zinchenko wins. The inverted wingback role does that a lot. Martinelli's quick enough to beat people. Goes on a run. Falls to Odegaard. Poor touch. Foden on the re-break. He's going to drive through the middle of the park. He's got Haaland sniffing. Foden just doing bits. Ball to Stones. Nunez, one on the overlap. Rafinha. Haaland's there. Haaland's missed. That doesn't happen too often. Would have been offside anyway. A free kick given to Arsenal. If you look at the match momentum in the top right corner, we've actually had a little bit more of this first half, which is pretty good. And time ticks away here. Declan Rice apparently has got a knock as well. In an FA Cup final, we just don't care. They're going to be playing through limb and life. And they would have to be pretty hurt to come off the park. Stones now in a Walker. Goes back to Zach Steffen. In a Akanji. And here come Man City building up from the back. Rodri, Matheus Nunes, Haaland. Picked off by Zinchenko. What a tackle. And Asuma Diamonde will sweep that one up. Goes back to Rambo. Diamonde can face forward. Has options inside. Partey, Ramsdale. Goes long. Didn't need to. We had both fullbacks were on. That's poor from Ramsdale. I think he really should have been playing. The ball should have really went out to Zinchenko about 2 different times there from 2 different players, including Ramsdale. And here come City again. Rafinha's inside. Haaland sniffing. They're all sniffing. And Foden scores. And it's all a mistake from playing out from the back. I just want to see when we try to play out from the back here. Like, Party should be turning and then playing Zinchenko, first things. Ramsdale here has just gone full through the middle of the park. His ball is like out here to Saka. Open your body, first time ball, look how much space. Even if you miss-hit this into this vicinity, Saka's favourite to win it. That's just poor from the keeper. Like, this is fine. Like, give the ball, give it back to him. That's fine. Diamonde's body position's horrid. He locks himself off to be able to open up. If he gets underneath it and can face forward, he can even slip it down the line as Zinchenko. Just, yeah, horrid. And same with Party. Party should get a shout that he should be able to turn. But even here, good ball, and then Ramsdale goes the other way. Instead, he goes long through the middle, and we concede. It's all very poor. All very poor body positioning from a few boys there. And it probably highlights we need a better, a world-class centre-back next season to win the league. As much as Diamonde is good with potential, he's a good squad player to have. He's not probably the most elite. A very good ball-playing defender finds a ball to your fullback there. In the end, we don't get the block. We are 1-0 down here in the FA Cup final. And something just tells me Man City are just way too strong for this challenge to be very obtainable in 40 seasons. They just seem to win everything. Well, 45 minutes, we need a goal. Can we find one maybe? Walker finds Rodri. Finds Mateus Nunes. Into De Bruyne. De Bruyne back to Rodri. Foden. Akanji. Goes long there towards Phil Foden. Nathan Ake. Rodri. Stones. Saliba heads. Saka now. Tomiyasu's got time. They run into each other. Alright, whatever game. Whatever game. Season over. Skelly's going to come on because we may as well because it's season over. Saka for Smith Rowe as well. Season over. 2-0 down. Two players run into each other. World-class Saliba runs into Tomiyasu. And we're 2-0 down. You never see that happen in real life where two guys forget where the ball is and run into each other. But sure. Season is over here. Just have a look at this. We sweep it up nicely. Do well. Lay it back to him. And then they just run into each other for whatever reason. Why? We will not be winning the FA Cup today. Haaland's injured. Good. Screw the robot. For a world-class side that Arsenal have, they just underperform in big games. Martinelli's dead. Yet again, it's over, so Ethan come on out. And Fabio Vieira come on out as well. Like, it is title, it is FA Cup over. In the end, it's going to be a season where we finish fourth. We got knocked out in the semi-final of the Champions League. We lost the FA Cup. I actually think it's a very, very poor year in your first season in charge of Arsenal. I think you expected to finish second, maybe third to Liverpool, not fourth. And if you're making the FA Cup final, you're probably expected to win it. I know it's City. Maybe it's naive, but I think once you make the FA Cup final, you have to win it. And the fact that we had 2 penalties to make it to a Champions League final kind of sums up that it's been a pretty poor year. If we lost the FA Cup final, made it to the Champions League final, lost to PSG, I'd probably turn around and go, it's an okay year. But to not beat City in that, where we were up against 10 men for a long time in the first leg and losing a shootout, and then have my 2 players run into each other here in the FA Cup final, I think you just look at it as a whole and go, it's a pretty poor year, especially in the league. We really should have done better this season. With that being said, though, that's going to be all that she wrote for a season where it is not a good one for us and not a good one in the first year of the challenge. However, we're still going to be in charge. The City side is immense. That's their 3rd trophy, and they have a chance to win a quad now as well. And, Manchester City are just way too strong in real life. And here we have lost every game in the last month. Just love how this happens a lot on Football Manager, that you just play so well and then you get to the last month and nothing happens. We did not win a game in the month of May, and that meant we lost the semi-final of the Champions League, the FA Cup, and we went from 2nd to 4th in the league. I'll see you guys next time for what will be the opening day of the season and some transfer drama. We've got 165 million to spend. We really have to go out, spend big, and start very well in the league. We need something like 7 wins from our first 7, put some pressure on City, and then really hope we can stay toe-to-toe with them over the course of a season. Hopefully next year, we're back in the Champions League semi-final, and hopefully we get a shot at the Cabarro Cup and hopefully a shot at the FA Cup as well, and hopefully have a very big season. If you have enjoyed the first year of the Damo Does England or the EPL Challenge, do let me know in the comment section. Thank you and goodbye.